One Piece Red. Should you see it in theaters or should you wait for streaming? So before this movie dropped, I had only seen I think the first trailer or the teaser trailer for this film. And that was because I didn't want to be spoiled by anything, because a lot of times Japanese animation studios like to spoil stuff in trailers. I don't understand that, but they do. So I really had no concept of what this movie was going to be about. So this is going to be a non-spoiler review. I really won't be talking about any specifics in the movie, but with that being said, let's continue. Now, the continuity in this movie doesn't really seem to be in time with what's going on at the moment in the anime, if they're just supposed to take place at a particular time but not be exactly congruent with what happens in the manga or the anime. Please let me know if you guys have more specifics. But with that being said, we're introduced to a character named Yuta, and she has a very special ability. On top of that, she is a singer, and I did not know that she was a singer, which means there's a lot of singing in this anime. Now, for those that know me and have seen my reactions or my reviews in the past, know that I am not a musical fan. For whatever reason, it takes me out of the movie or of the TV show that I'm watching. But how they use it in this does make sense for her character, so it just took me a little bit of time to get over the fact that there's musical numbers. And I would probably say that was a thing that I wouldn't say disliking, but that caught me off guard early on. And a lot of that, again, could be the fact that I didn't see any trailers. Now, with that being said, the story was pretty interesting, especially the connection between Luffy and also Shanks. Now, for those that know, Shanks is my favorite character in the show, specifically because anytime he pops up, it's just sauce. Like, that's just what happens. He pops up, sauce happens. That's Shanks. And we know very little about Shanks. So anytime we get any information about this character, I just get really excited. And we get some really interesting backstory on Shanks. In this, it's not obviously a Shanks-driven movie, but there are some really awesome moments. But this movie goes from being a very playful movie at the very beginning to something more serious and dark as the film progresses. And to be honest, I liked the shift in tone. I think the tone just felt better as the movie progressed. There are a ton of different pirates from different pirate crews in this movie, and I think the overarching villain, antagonist, if you want to call it, is really interesting. Pretty well thought out, I think. There are definitely some emotional moments in this movie. As you know, Oda is prime on those, so I would say get ready for some to have some tissues ready for sure. And obviously, One Piece is not a One Piece movie or show without the action. The action set pieces are really unique, and the final battle is really dope with a crazy momentary, I don't want to call it an Easter egg, because at this point in time, I'm reading the manga and I'm not watching I haven't watched the anime in a few months, so I don't know where the anime is at this moment. So this could be a spoiler for anime watchers. So if it is, just know that you're going to be seeing something that maybe hasn't been revealed in the anime yet. You may or may not catch it. Let's just say that. But if you're a manga reader, you're for sure going to know it when you see it. So really, really cool. But again, because my favorite character is Shanks, getting some of the details about him and his ties with this main character is really cool. And it's just interesting to have a movie focused around a character that really we're unfamiliar with, but it's the main character of this movie is Yuta. And I can definitely see her becoming a fan favorite as far as cosplay, as far as artwork. She's a very unique character with an interesting story, and I think a lot of audiences are probably going to really enjoy her. So overall, should you wait for this to hit streaming or should you watch it in theaters? Personally, I think this is something you might want to watch in theaters, not only because of the visual, but I think a lot of it is the music. If you're into music, I think having a better sound system will be a better experience. And I think also too, the movie has surpassed a particular level of quality to where it needs to get that support in the theater. So we get more anime features in the future, not just from One Piece, but from other studios as well. So how do I rate One Piece Red? Now, if you guys are familiar, I do rate 1 out of 10, and this is not based on school grades. So a 5 would not be an F, it would just be I liked half of it and I didn't like half of it. That's how I usually rate things. And I would say a strong 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for One Piece Red. I had a very good time with the film. Music was awesome. The story was interesting, very unique abilities, and Shanks. That's all I'm gonna say. Other than that, let me know your guys' thoughts if you guys have seen One Piece Red. What did you feel about it? What do you recommend? And if you are a manga reader, please, I'll have a pinned comment that we could talk about spoilers in. So reply there if you are a manga reader and want to talk about spoilers. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next one. DK. We out this day.